happy festive season, everybody. How's everyone doing? We trust that you're good. We hope that you are well. Welcome to Uncensored _ the Truth About Money. Thank you so much for joining us. We truly appreciate it. Tina Slali, Bratamza. December Sespana. Sebenza. Welcome to the show, Bratamza.
How you doing, brother?
I pulled you out from a bash today.
It was happening. I had forgotten, Don't get carried away in December.
Don't get carried away in December.
Know your priorities.
How are you doing, brother?
100%, man. 100%.
Good to have you back on the show.
Yeah, likewise. How's things your side? How's December treating you?
It's good. I took your advice. I've been at home.
Yeah. Serious.
Yeah, I think I'll just go to my mom in Mpumalanga for Christmas and then come back.
Yeah. All right, for a week.
For Christmas. So
just Christmas.
Christmas on a Monday,
Yeah.
So I'll probably leave Sunday after church.
Yeah.
Sunday, Monday, come back on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, back tax and face. And I end up buying things you don't need.
Fun. Presents and stuff.
You don't know my granddad.
Yeah.
And those things are expensive. Those things are expensive. Talking about ukuhlaba izinto. Today we're talking about amalobolo.
Hey.
This is
the heavy one.
Is it heavy one?
The heavy one. I've been there.
This is quite out of our comfort zone, you know. But 100%. I felt the need that
100%.
we should talk about it. I mean, it's December now. We all know December. I've
already went to a wedding already.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How was it?
That was dope. It was dope. It was car community wedding type of vibe.
Yeah.
So I know it was chill.
Dope stuff. Times.
Like shout them friends.
Encouraging
Let's
us,
fix the country.
Encouraging us.
Yeah, let's fix the country.
So let's talk about this. Grand amalobolo Bratamza.
All right, so disclaimer, we must put it there down. So whatever we say here, right, it's not, as you say, it's not cast in stone. Cultures are different.
Sure.
Communities are different. You know, maybe someone from Ethiopia is watching us, maybe someone from Tanzania is watching us, and they do it differently,
Definitely.
And so this is basically based on, I won't say black communities because it's around customary law, right?
Yeah.
So anyone who practices customary law wants to get married customary law. So these are just the foundations, what you're about to speak about here. So amalobola, what is amalobola? So obviously in different languages it's different. It's pronounced differently. It's bohali, bogadi, lumalo, ikhasi, So it's literally, people, I think nowadays we've lost the true meaning of what is Lobola.
Sure.
So, and I think it's people who don't want to engage in such, who are, I won't say running away from traditional norms, but from customary norms. It's December now. Holiday. Yeah, so we need to. So hence I said, this episode is basically based on what Lobola is and not what society is saying, and we're not here to bash anyone. We're just here to provide information. You know what I'm saying? So hence I said that there's this whole thing with, when Lobola is not needed anymore, it seems as if you are buying,
you're
buying the girl. So, and there's no price for a human being. It's not about that. So we're not here to Mbokoto, man. Mbokoto. So we're not here to discriminate or to put any amount on anyone. We're just basically here to give you the facts.
Yeah.
To say what is Lobola, And a Lobola is it's an exchange of gifts.
Okay.
It's an exchange of gifts where the man's side of the family, they approach the woman's side of the family to offer, a gift to the family, for the exchange of the girl, or I'll say the wife or the fiance, right? So basically, that's what it is. Previously, it used to be we'd take cows, like when we still lived in the homelands, we'd take more cows to go pay, or use it as a form of exchange, for the wife. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays it's different. Now there's still people who still do cattle. I mean, if you've got a farm, if I had a daughter, my man, and had a farm, I tell you, Junior, your son must pay in cows. I want to see them four-legged.
I must fill up your
My kral, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But Enza say it's different, and it's based on the agreement that the both families have, right? So it can be done as gifts. So gifts is money. Gifts is livestock. Gifts could be anything. Maybe a house. Maybe they want a house. For the purchase of. I won't say the purchase. Yeah, for lack of better words. For the gifting of the wife. Yeah. So that's basically what it is. That's what Lobola is. But Enza say it's different across cultures. Certain cultures they want the EFT, certain cultures want cash, certain cultures want livestock. But it's literally it's the custom of getting the wife.
So now I understand that there are obviously processes on how to do this, and there's like a certain an agreement that must take place between the two families, right? And then how is this agreed to? Like what processes are there? If I were to wake up vandaag and be like, okay, mfuni lobola, I understand there's things like you must first send a letter before you even go, and I think as the umkhwenyana, you don't go. I think you send your uncles, whatever. So like, just take us through that process.
Okay, I won't tell you what I did, but I'll just tell you.
Maybe tell us what you did, and then tell us what you should have done.
Yeah. So what I did was that I wrote a letter. So wait, first of all, you must see the girl. You must like the girl. That's where it starts.
You must pick a flower.
You must pick the flower.
Yeah.
Make sure it's the right flower. Make sure it's the right flower.
How do you make sure it's the right flower?
Make sure it's the right flower. The thing is, okay, let's talk. We're here to talk.
Let's talk. Sure.
The right flower for you. You know what I'm saying? There is no, in my terms, there is no perfect person. There is no, how can I put it? The right guy or the right person for you. You know what I'm saying? If I'm into, let's say, women who love cars, for example, that's what will tickle my fancy. People who let's say they don't like partying, they don't like events, they like being at home, but they like watching car things, like going to car events and so forth, So someone like that would be more appealing to me, but might not be appealing to you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're a musician, you like to go to concerts, you like to go to, festivals and so forth because you love music, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want someone that when you marry, they must now stay at home while you go out there and enjoy your music, you know what I'm saying? So it's different according to people. And I won't say, I know you must, what do they call it? You must sample every girl.
Must test.
You must test, yeah.
Must test.
You must test every girl. No, it's not about that. But my thing is, pray for the girl that you want, and God will give you the girl that you want. You know what I'm saying? It might not be the first girl, because someone did say this. It might not be the first girl that you date, might not be the second girl you would date, might not be the third or the fourth, but maybe the fifth girl will be the one. Some people, it's the first girl that they saw, and that was their wife. You know what I'm saying? So it's different, my man. Hence I was saying, Sharp, this episode is based on the information that we gather. It's different according to people. There's some people who don't want to get married. Maybe this episode is not for them, But this is for people who want to get married.
But then, like you personally, because I think nothing beats like a personal experience.
Yeah.
And a lot of us that are not married yet or haven't found the one yet can learn a lot maybe from your experience. And does not necessarily mean it's going to go down that way for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in your experience, how did you end up with your treasure? Like how did,
Yeah, so look, I prayed for my wife. Right, once I identified her, God brought her to me, and it was a situation whereby then I went home, spoke to my parents, said, listen, okay, I'm ready to get married. I'm financially stable now, and I think, this is the right girl for me.
That's a very important thing you said there. Okay. Yeah.
All right, okay, cool. And they ask, are you sure? This is lifetime.
Yeah.
This is not a thing whereby you're getting out of it when things get heated. This is for life. Are you sure you've made the right decision? Yes, I'm sure. And I'm like, okay. So we sit down, we draft the letter. So obviously, you don't tell her that, we're going to send the letter.
This is now after you've been like on a couple of dates? With
After a couple of dates, you like her, she likes you, you guys have an agreement, you ask, okay, what is it that you like, about me? What is it that I like about you? All right, do you see us in the future, 10 years, whatever? You know what I'm saying? All those questions. But another thing that helped as well is premarital counseling.
Okay.
So premarital counseling, I went to church, did premarital counseling there. And you don't need to be married, or you don't need to get married, you know what I'm saying, or in the process of getting married for you to do that. Girlfriend, boyfriend, go to premarital counseling. There it gets heated there because they ask deep questions and relevant questions. Because, when you're dating, my man, when you're dating, there's people that will advise you in a certain way. But at least if with premarital counseling, people who are in marriage and they've got the experience. So they'll ask, okay, what do you
remember
do?
one of the questions?
Yeah. They'll ask, okay, so you guys are married, things are going well. He loses his job. What are you going to do? No, I'll stick with him. You know what I'm saying? They're like, okay. The car gets repossessed. No, I'll stick with him. The house gets repossessed, because now she gets thinking, you get thinking as well. The car gets repossessed, the house gets repossessed. You guys need to move back to his parents' house. Maybe there's back rooms, whatever. You guys need to move to his parents' house. Now, your mother-in-law as the girl is involved.
And that's reality, right?
That's reality. It happens, So those are some of the questions that they'll ask. They'll put you in an uncomfortable position.
Definitely.
Just so that you can think about it. So that even after the meeting or the appointment, you guys can still have a conversation. Like, okay, now we need to talk. We've been talking, but now we need to talk. So so you need to have a conversation with premarital counseling. So all that's done, all the hard questions are done. Then when you leave there, it's all about, okay, now we need to talk. We need to talk about the future. Because you only know what you know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, you haven't been married before.
Sure. Sure.
And this episode is for those who have not been married before. So you haven't been married before, so you don't know what marriage is like. So it's the same, but I can't translate it to English at the moment. So because my English is going to holiday.
Definitely.
But essentially, it's us people who are in the field to get to know the field. So us people who are married, hey man, how's marriage? Have conversations with those people, and they'll tell you, okay, how's Lobola? They'll tell you, how's Lobola? This is what you need to do. So I went through that step, went through premarital counseling, all that stuff. Then after that, it's like, okay, dude, are you ready to get married? And then obviously, like, okay, no, we asked her, okay, no, are you ready, to get married? Like, no, I'm ready to get married. So, okay, no, cool. So then you go back to the step where you go to your parents, ask them, is this the right thing to do? Okay, it's the right thing to do. Do this, don't do that, Then you draft the letter. So I drafted the letter with my dad, wrote everything down, wrote it. It also depends what culture she's from. With Zulu or Xhosa or Mvenda, you know what I'm saying? Because if it's Zulu to Zulu family, you can write your letter in Zulu, man. You know what I'm saying? But now you're marrying a Venda lady, you're writing your letter in Zulu now. Now they must Google Translate and
and some things are lost in translation.
Some things are lost in translation, but also the letter is a form of respect as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the lady's family, how now they perceiving your family for the first time. You know what I'm saying? So the drafting of the letter is very important.
Got you.
So you draft your letter. So in the letter, you then state, Uguti, all right, we've seen a flower from this family. And obviously with letters it differs. So we've seen a flower from this family and we would like to, to meet up. And then you set potential dates, can we meet up at this date, that date, or that date? Because you don't want to be specific,
Okay.
I know we're meeting on the 1st of January, like I know some uncles are not around, we need to call, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you give them, different dates. Okay, we're gonna meet, but it's not concrete because they still have to reply.
Most definitely.
We need to meet up at a certain date. All right, cool. Now you've got the letter. So once you've got the letter, then you have to send a messenger, or you have to pick a messenger to now deliver this letter. So if you've got uncles who are always drunk, they'll probably lose your letter somewhere. Make sure that you've got a copy. So you've got a letter now.
Yeah.
Once you've got the letter, so I asked my cousin to go there. So you show them the house. I know this is the house. Or they've probably been there before. No, that's the house. Yeah. So, right, cool. Then, I gave my cousin the letter. And the thing is, once it leaves your hand, my man, it's done.
Done. It's not going back.
Once it leaves your hand, it's done. Because remember, he's going to go deliver it.
Sure.
Once he delivers it,
Sure.
They are now ecstatic, my man. They are happy.
Sure.
So if it's not about you anymore. So now it's
yeah.
about families now.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
say, Aish, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have. It's done, my guy. It's done. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's it's like, with other cultures, they go down on a knee and propose, and they've got an engagement ring. Once you go down on that knee and you put that ring in the finger, it's done. You've made your decision. You know what I'm saying? So, then gave them the letter. They were happy. Wara. Sharp. And then they obviously call their meeting on their family side. So, guys, we received a letter. They want to marry our daughter. We need to come and answer this letter. Then they come back and say, all right, cool. This is the date that we propose. And so once they've agreed to a date, then it's all about picking representatives there in the family. So one thing, your father can't be there. Your mother can't be there.
Okay.
In the negotiations.
Okay.
Right? So your parents can't be there because there mustn't be emotions involved here. Right? Because now the thing is, Junior's father's going to go there, meets Ntombi's parents, and Ntombi's parents are like, I know, listen, Tina's for 150,000. You know what I'm saying? Then it's chaos. Then it's chaos, mfana. Then it's chaos. So you need level-headed people to be part of the entourage that's going there. Nowadays it's male and female. Previously it was only males who go there, abomalume.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's male and female because some of us don't have, uncles. Well, I won't say any. My uncles were there, but you also pick an elder. It's important to have an elderly person. If you've got a grandfather, from your mother's side, your grandmother's brother, he make sure that he's there, But pick people who are responsible, people who are level-headed, people who are not, but also negotiators as well, because it's a negotiation. You know what I'm saying? It's a negotiation when you get there. So pick people that you also trust as well. Pray about it. Okay, Lord, who can I pick? So once that then happens, they also pick their side as well. So when let's say the 15th of March. They've picked the 15th of March. Once they've picked the 15th of March, so both they need to honor the time. Right, okay, we're meeting at a certain time. Time is important. Okay. Some cultures, they penalize you for being late.
Sure.
Like, you are late, you need to add so much. You need to add so much, So, for example, us as well. So when we got there, it's on the 15th of March. So you then don't just say, welcome, There's customs and traditions that take place, before you enter. So you'll get to the gate, you'll approach the gate and nishi tagazelo zenu, then they'll obviously hear you guys, okay, they've arrived now. But they'll play a waiting game, because it's a negotiation. So with the negotiations, another thing is that you wanna tap into the emotions of a person. So once a person becomes irritable and wada, that's what you want on the receiving end. So it's basically playing with emotions, trying to gauge what type of people are coming up. We are welcoming into our place. All right, cool. Some people, lumalo, you don't just enter. You have to come with a gift, whether it's a bottle of whiskey, a bottle of brandy, a certain money. So that's what happens. Then they'll send through one representative.
So if ulamlomo, it's a bottle of brandy or whiskey with money. It's not just a bottle. Okay,
it depends. So you can give them a bottle of brandy. They'll say, no, it's not enough. It's not enough. Then maybe you give them 500 rand. So it depends with cultures.
So already you are paying at the gate before you even going to negotiate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but then to say this is based on what I experienced.
Most definitely.
Right. So now, okay, sharp. And then they ask, hey, what do you came here to do? No, we came to, collect a flower. We came to, form good partnership and agreement between both families. All right, cool. So once that is happy, then they open the gate. So even when they open the gate, you guys enter. When you enter there, then they sit you down. Then the negotiations start. Then you guys, once you guys are seated, that's when the games begin. Yeah.
So you've spoken about what must be given as a lobola.
Yeah.
Well, when you started, could be inkomo pila. It depends what the family wants.
100%.
Could be inkomo pila. It could be money. Could
100%.
be, you mentioned EFT.
Yeah.
When the lobola must be given, you did say, as the male, you give a date and you suggest, right?
Yeah.
How the lobola must be given.
Yeah.
Also, that's determined by the woman's family.
100%.
So now, what are the various factors to consider when it comes to lobola?
All right.
Like, you get what I mean?
Yeah. So now you've seated down. Now, you guys are talking. Number one rule: you guys don't set the price.
Okay.
But if you are sneaky about it, you can speak to your. I get it now. Remember, your wife already. They received the letter. Right, or your fiance. Let's put it as fiance for lack of a better word. So your fiance received the letter to say, okay, they're coming on the 15th. So obviously you guys will still see each other, within that time. So that's when you guys speak. That's what's important. You guys then talk. Say, listen, you need to speak to your moms, man. I've only got 50 grand. It's negotiations. I get it. When you've got 80 grand, but you say, listen, I've only got 50 grand.
Ah, sweet.
So please speak to your moms, to speak to your dad, so your dad can speak to your uncles, So then, okay, no, it's fine, I'll go speak. Because another thing as well that we need to understand is that lobola, it's not about enriching anyone. It's about joining families. You know what I'm saying? So you speak to her, right, cool. They're like, she'll obviously give you a response at the end. I've spoken to my moms. She says, 50 grand is too low, but you can play it at 60. You know what I'm saying? So you're still at 80, I get it. Yeah. So now I'm giving money, business advice and negotiation tips.
Skills, tips. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how you save yourself. Because another thing, you don't want to get there and be surprised as well. You know what I'm saying? So you want to know your ballpark.
Sure.
Okay, where are we standing?
Yeah.
So speak to her, okay, cool. But always with negotiations, you always go low. 50 grand, my friend. 50,000 is so little. No, 50. We still have to build. We still have to, you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. So then she goes to her parents and then she tells them, as in, Trina has 50 grand, Okay, cool. Then they'll consider that, yeah. So that's the benchmark now. All right. So once you guys are seated, then they'll obviously point out, my child has an honors degree. My child has an honors degree.
Yeah.
My child does not have any children. My child has kept herself well. We've never had issues with her where we have to now look for her at night or whatever. It's not about, you know what I'm saying? our child is working a great job, you know, in a certain pharmaceutical company, international pharmaceutical company. You know, she's earning well, you know. So those are some of the things that come into play. You know, our child has her own place as well. You know, she's studying towards her masters.
So such things jack up the price.
They jack up the price. Yeah, our child is a celebrity, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
How the girl treats herself also plays a huge role in the price of the lobola, right? So then they'll say, all right, no, tina sifuna 80,000 rand, right? That's the wife's side now. We want 80,000 rand based on the list that we've gave you, right? And she's still young, you know. So her age, whether she has children, whether she's employed or not, you know. So those places. So they say, I know, we want 80,000 rand. So now the negotiations start to come into play.
What would be considered a ridiculous amount for Lobola?
Eish.
Where you see with no, this is a knockoff. If say yes, I am. Because you said something very profound.
Yeah.
You said you're not going to buy the person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've heard ridiculous amounts, like I think it was Mini Lamini, where it was like a meal.
Yeah. Another thing, they also suss out you as well. Remember?
Okay.
Because with Mini Lamini, they paid that million.
Yeah, well,
It wasn't too much for the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. True.
That's why it also depends on you as well. You know, if the thing is, it's very tricky because I've had instances where people have told me whereby they charge this amount and they literally stood up and left, say, listen, we see that you're just trying to enrich your family here. Sorry, we are out. You know what I'm saying? Whereas others were like, you know what? Yeah, it's high, but I'll make it work. You know what I'm saying? Because I love the girl. So it's something that is very subjective because it depends on you. There's no ridiculous amount. For me, there's no ridiculous amount. There's no low amount. It's what's acceptable to you because even once they've set a price, let's say they've set the price at 100,000 rand. I get it. They before they say anything, they come back outside. Because when I get you are there, because you need to show them the house. They mustn't go to the wrong house now.
So
sure. When you lobola untombi, ayi bakukhipela usibongile manje. Yeah. Usibongile is happy. It's like, yo, what? But yeah, so I get you are outside.
Sure.
So then you're sitting with your pops or your moms, lapha ngaphandle. So then they come outside. Once the price is set, they come outside. Say, all right, Junior, bafuna 100,000 110. Will you be able to afford it? So it's on you. It's on you. It's literally on you. But hence I said, we've covered the people, the delegates that you've sent through. So they like, okay, no, cool. Let's say they don't get surprised at 100,000 rand. Like, okay, 100,000. Okay, cool. Please give us some time and let's go think about it and chat about it. Then they go out. So whether they call you, if you're not there, whether they speak to you, then you then say, I know, guys, 100,000 is too much, you know. Ash minang pete 8. But you don't have to have the full amount there. That's another thing. You don't have to have the 80,000 rand.
Okay.
Because you don't know how much they're going to charge, another thing. So you get down there, and everything, by the way, is noted down. So they get down there, okay, cool, this is how much is needed. So once that is done, they then go inside and they say, okay, cool, 100,000 is too much, you know. Can you please negotiate? Because also it's not a fixed amount that they want. Some families, they stick to their guns. I know 100,000 or nothing, take it or leave it, you know. That's where I say you need negotiators. I know, man. Yes, we know it's 100,000, but we're here to build a family, guys. Yeah.
I've heard the term amalobolo awaqedwa.
Yeah.
And then so I think just my question around that is obviously, okay, what does that mean? And also, are you required to pay the money, like the lump sum care, like to give them a lump sum, or can you do like monthly installments?
Yeah.
Can you reach such agreements?
Yeah. No. So amalobola awaphelwa in certain cultures, it's, you know, once I've paid, I can pay a certain amount. I don't need to finish her. You or finish the lobola. Let me put it that way. I don't need to finish the lobola. So I can pay, let's say let's say you guys are set at 70,000 or 80,000 rand. So I don't need to pay the 80,000 rand in full. For life, that is. So I can come, let's say, once you've set that 80,000 rand, right? Let's say you brought 40,000 rand at that, because you're gonna bring something. You don't go there empty-handed. That's another thing. You don't go there without nothing. You need to go there with something. So if they've set the price at 80,000 rand, right? Okay, cool. Tinabe size 40,000. So here's the 40,000 rand. And the whole principle of Lobola, it's based on cows. So they'll tell you, we need 10 cows, and each cow is 10,000 rand. So that's 100,000 rand. Then your family will come to and say, all right, cool, you need 10 cows, but how about these 2 cows? We price them at a certain amount. And then it comes down gay. So it's still based around cows, but it's whether you bring live cows or, the money. So nowadays we're speaking about money. So it's all about the value of the cow. So you've got the 40,000 rand. They noted, okay, we received 40,000 rand. Okay, cool. We'll come back with the other balance. Then you negotiate, okay, guys, can you please do 5,000 rand every single month up until we pay this amount, or 10,000 rand every single month until we reach the 80,000 rand. So it's an agreement between the both of you guys, the both families. So once that is established, then everyone signs, it's filed, you get the copy, they keep the original, and then, but the thing is, you must honor that agreement. So unkosikazi akapheli or umalobola wapheli basically means that you won't get to that 80,000 rand. So you'll probably come back and pay another 20, another 5, 5,000 rand, but you don't have to finish. Whereas with me, they told me, she ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere, man.
So now say that whole process is done.
Yeah.
Lobola, family is happy.
Yeah.
There's an agreement. You're good. According to our South African law, is a couple considered married after Amalobola?
Yeah, so a couple is married after Amalobola are given, provided that they meet certain requirements, right?
Okay.
So Amalobola, as I said earlier on, it's seen as customary law. So customary law, it's it's married in community of property, ideally.
Sure.
All right, but we'll touch up on those as we keep going. So the 2 families must consent to the marriage. So that's with the drafting of the letter. So it's important to have that letter.
So that letter is from the family?
Yeah.
Does it have to be like some sort of professionally crafted letter?
But it has to be witnessed as well. So there must be signatures on both sides to say that we both consent to the marriage, right?
Okay.
Number 2, there must be a form of exchange of money. It's not compulsory, but it's advantageous to you to say that, okay, we paid a certain amount for these negotiations to be successful, right? The future wife must be handed over, or must be presented. Let me not say handed over. Must be presented to the future husband. So she must not be residing at the wife's family. Ne? She must be within the Masango compound.
So,
Yeah, I'm tired. No, she doesn't have a kaya anymore. No, you live with her. It's not their child anymore.
It's not their child.
No, it's not their child anymore. They've handed over the rights to you to say, Junior, you now take full
care.
responsibility of our daughter.
True, sure.
And if she had a bedroom in the house, it's not her, she doesn't have a bedroom anymore. Someone else will occupy that bedroom. So she doesn't have a place in which now she's a child Yagamasango.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sure.
So then, as I'm saying, she must then be presented through to the Masango family. And another thing is that she must be 18 years or older.
Okay.
If she's younger, I don't know why, but if she's younger,
I felt that. I don't know.
if she's younger, there must be consent from the parents.
Yeah.
There's arranged marriages out there, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Hence I say we speak about what we know.
Yeah.
So hence I say, they must consent to each other. There must be lobola given. Future wife must be presented to the family of the husband. Both couples must be 18 years or older. So not just the wife, both couples must be 18 years or older. If younger, they can still get married, but there must be parental consent. So those are some of the requirements needed
Okay, we've covered must the lobola be given in full, and my next question is here's an interesting one. So now, if the couple happens to break up, must the lobolo or the lobola be returned?
Yeah, pay back the money.
Pay
chief.
back the money.
Okay, so number one, what we need to highlight here is it's not a must. It's an agreement between both of them.
Okay.
To say that I know now I want my money. It depends on another thing. Okay, it's an agreement between both of them. Ne?
Sure.
Remember, it was the husband who paid the money ne, to the wife's family. So if the breakup was caused by the wife, the husband has full right to go there and say, I want my money back.
Sure.
You know, but if it was the husband's fault for the breakup, he has no say whatsoever.
He forfeits the money.
Yeah, he forfeits the money.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
If it was a mutual breakup to say, you know what, ne,
That's
when you love your music, now I love my cars. Sorry, man, this thing is not gonna work. You know, if it was a mutual thing, then both of you then have to, you know, say, oh, it's okay, you know what, ne, we'll give you a malobola back, and he also has to accept on his side as well. You know what I'm saying? And then mind jaloge, whoever the money was given to, that 80,000 rand, whether it was spent or not spent, that person you form a claim on that person. Yeah. You form a claim
But
on that
obviously,
person.
the 80,000 is gone, man.
It must come back. Cars must be sold. Boss.
So I've heard this thing. I don't know how true this is. Uguti, if, for example, you take a girl and she has a brother, apparently the brother must also be given something from from the girl's lobola, from the sister's from his sister.
So it depends on certain traditions.
Yeah.
You know, it depends. But I've never heard of that one.
Really?
Yeah, no, I haven't heard of that one.
Cool. Does amalobola mean that we are married in community of property?
Yeah, so when you get married, amalobola, the lobola way, it's seen as customary law.
Okay.
So if you're married in customary law, it's deemed as married in community of properties. So whatever is yours is hers, whatever hers is yours. Yeah.
Cool. So let's talk about ante-nuptial contracts.
Yeah.
So what is this? What does this term mean?
ANC. So ante-nuptial contract is different from married in community of property.
Sure.
So married in community of property, what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine. So what is your debt is my debt, what's my debt is your debt. So with ante-nuptial contract, you guys, before you get married, before the finalization of amalobol, right? You guys go to a notary or an attorney, and then they draft a contract to say that. But I get it. There's different forms of ante-nuptial contracts. So there's ante-nuptial contracts with accrual. There's ante-nuptial contracts without accrual, right? So those are different to marital. So I get it. We'll push the marital and community of property aside. So married ante-nuptial contract with accrual. So basically means that whatever is yours before the marriage happens is yours. Whatever's hers is hers. So with accrual, it basically means that what we accrue or what we get after the marital date. So when you buy a house, when you buy cars, when you buy any that we share on death and or in divorce. Yeah. So without accrual, it basically means that what you came with the marriage is yours. What I came into the marriage with is mine. So that's the difference between ante-nuptial. So you've heard on like overseas music videos and you know these TV shows they talk about prenups.
Prenups, yeah.
So that's
prenup.
essentially what a prenup is. It's an ante-nuptial contract.
So man, so you said without accrual.
Yeah.
It means whatever I brought in whatever that was mine before the marriage is still mine.
Yeah, even after.
Or even after.
Without accrual, yeah.
Without accrual.
Yeah.
So even after the marriage, it's still mine.
It's still yours.
But with accrual, after
you share it.
After the it's okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
you
So
share
now,
it.
what's a benefit, or what are the benefits of an ante-nuptial contract?
So long ago, all marriages, because I don't think people they knew better,
Sure.
right? Especially black communities. So everything was managed in communal property. So we have to speak about the disadvantages of managing communal property, right?
Sure.
Before we get into these other ones.
Okay.
So there's advantages. So people will be like, you know what, we're gonna get married for life, dude. So I'm not gonna lose you. You're not gonna lose me. So we need to share everything. So people look at it as if like it's a contract. It's a binding contract to say that I do through thickness and thin, through health and whatever, through COVID and whatever. But there's more disadvantages to married in communal property. Look, it's an agreement between both parties, but whatever debt is, hence I said, whatever your debt is, it's the wife's debt as well. Whatever her debt is, it's your debt as well, right? So we don't just always focus on the money side, which I know when we divorce 50-50, you know, even with debt, it's 50-50 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what people don't consider.
Yeah.
Another thing is when you become, we spoke about credit scores and debt review and all that stuff.
Yes, we did.
So when Junior is under debt review, your wife is also under debt review. So she can't take out any debt on her side until you've cleared your name. So for example, the house is in your name, right? The cars are in your name. You lose your job. You can't pay for the house. You can't pay for the car anymore. The cars get repossessed. You are now insolvent. You're under debt review. She now gets a better paying job, right? Or let's say she had a paying job. She rejuggles things. You guys want to buy a house. She can't buy a house. You have to honor your debt first or pay off your debt. Get into good standings in terms of credit. Only then can she buy a house. You know what I'm saying? You can't buy, like if Junior, you can't surprise your wife with a house. You can't say, I know, baby, now I bought a house. If you're married in community of property, both of you guys need to be there and sign. You can't sell your house without her knowing. She can't do that as well. She can't enter into certain business contracts. You can't enter into certain business contracts without her being there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but there's certain people that want married in community property. We're not here to say, hey, don't do it. We're not here to say, do it. We're just giving you the information. And then with accrual, so the advantages of having a contract drawn up is that you protect yourself or you protect her. So you protect yourself or you protect her.
Okay.
So if let's say Junior was a single guy, worked and became very, very wealthy, you ensure that whoever girl comes in is not coming in for the money. She comes in because she loves Junior. That's how the contract says. So even because I get it nowadays, people marry famous people, both sides, husband or the wife,
Definitely,
and then like after 2 years, I want a divorce. I want a divorce.
Yeah.
We must split everything. You know what I'm saying? So it protects both parties from from the wealth eroding, if we put it that way. Another way, it benefits both parties as well, in a sense that if you have now 2 children and a wife, right? So then you've decided to say that my wife will be a stay-at-home mom. She'll take care of the kids. And she agrees, yes, I'll take care of the kids. And she's great with the kids. She's great in terms of handling the household, making sure that you are fine. Maybe you are into business, for example, or you work in a career that's very strenuous and time-demanding. What then happens is that with accrual, it protects her as well. Because now when you get divorced, let's say it was without accrual. When you get divorced, she doesn't get anything. Because I get it, everything is in your name. The house, the cars, the bank accounts, what is all in your name. But now if you guys get divorced, God forbid, she will also get a share of it. She'll get 50% of anything that you guys accrued after the marriage. So it protects her as well. That's the part with accrual.
So even though she was a stay-at-home mom, but the fact that you were able to accumulate these things during marriage, it makes a partner in that.
100%.
So now, rightfully, so when you divorce, they see it as, okay, isn't it no too? Got you.
So it's basically that. Hence I say it protects both parties, if we put it that way. So that's the advantages of having contracts drawn up.
Cool. Did we mention the benefits of? I know we mentioned the community of property stuff. We just mentioned now, right? The benefits of an ante-nuptial.
Yeah. Yeah, another thing, with contracts, it's important to have contracts in place. The reason why I say it is that you never know what happens in the future. You know what I'm saying? Marriage is nice. When you enter into marriage, you don't think of divorce. You know what I'm saying? You don't think of ever divorcing.
Yeah.
And it's not that contracts are there for you to plan for divorce, but they're also there to plan even when you pass away as well. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're married in community of property, if Uchuna was, and his name was bad, obviously her name is bad as well. But now, when you've passed away and your name was bad, now it's a whole different process for her to basically come to, to a proper standings where now she can buy a house, she can buy a car. And that time you've got kids to take care of, So it's important to obviously understand all dynamics of basically what's happening there. Another thing as well is that when you're married in community of property, so remember, it's 50-50. So whatever debt is yours, whatever debt is hers as well. So if you were in debt on passing away, even when you get divorced, they go even to your provident funds, they go into your retirement annuities, they take from there, say, I know we need to cash out your RAs, you need to cash in your pension funds. We need to honor this debt on this. And that's also on divorce as well. So hence I'm going to it's important to know the full story. That's why even premarital counseling is important, because they tell you such things. Good guys, have you decided, if you do decide to get married, how you guys are going to get married? Because most people are like, I grew up, my mom and dad was married in communities of property, And it's like, okay, can we tell you the disadvantages and advantages, of all of these things? Then you guys then get that conversation going. So, you know what? Let's teach married to in community of property, or let's go for it. So it's all based on a person's perspective. Yeah.
But why is it like? It seems like there's like a stigma when it comes to like a prenup. To say like, yo, why are we signing up for prenup? Do you not trust me? Do you think I'm just here for the money? But because now I'm just thinking, like, just listening to you, I'm like, it's very, like, it makes more sense, because you don't want to, I don't want to get into, for example, a partnership and he's an escolo buyer, and then now we are both now suffering, you know what I mean? Where else, if maybe I was just focusing on paying the debt, maybe she could be focusing on getting us a house, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think it's whatever you don't understand, you always stigmatize it. When you don't understand 100%. Something, you know what I'm saying? It's like
100%.
Why is Tepang all of a sudden 100%. Driving a Range Rover? That guy's doing some witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? God, you didn't sit down, Sepang, and you told, nah, dude, I've been toiling so many years, what. So it's even with these things. That's why I say it's important for every person who wants to get married to do premarital counseling, because they take away, the whole stigma of everything that you thought about, even with marriage. You know what I'm saying? They give you the realities of things to say that, dude, are you in business, sir? Or are you in business, ma'am? If you're in business, I don't recommend you going into married in community of property, because should something happen, both of you guys are messed up. You can't get out of it, So what certain people do nowadays, is becoming a trend. So they were married in community of property, and they realize things are going to become bad in business. So they divorce. They divorce. Not that they don't love each other. They divorce, still living in the same household, but now it's different entities now. So the wife can still get money, or the husband can still get money. You know what I'm saying? Even though legally we are divorced, but because of finances, I don't want to attach my debt to you so that the family can still rise up. Let's just divorce legally, but still live in the same house. Other people, they divorce and remarry with ante-nuptial contracts. You know what I'm saying?
So now, if we are married in community of property, and I come into the partnership already having a very successful business. Now, if we divorce, we have to split that business.
50-50.
Amandla wami wonke.
50-50, boss.
But Tambo, thank you so much. This has been obviously like I have like a lot of questions.
Yeah,
but this
that's
is
a topic
just,
that
like,
doesn't end, man. Yeah.
it's been very interesting, man.
Yeah.
It's very, very interesting. So I think that's it from my side.
Yeah.
I don't know if you are from Nandi Maswi.
Do the right thing. Go pay a Lobola, chance.
Shota ngemali yamalobola. You know that song.
You know, let's do the right thing. Let's fix the country. Yeah, man, let's love one another. Let's do the right thing.
But you said something very important when you started.
Yeah.
With your own story,
Yeah.
your own experience.
Yeah.
Something I picked up when you were talking is that you went to your dad and mom and you were like, I feel like now I'm financially stable,
Yeah.
and I'm ready to take
Yeah.
your wife.
Yeah.
Because I just like, I've always been, I think that's one thing I've always been afraid of, to say, I don't want to marry someone and bring them into my own brokenness. You know what I mean? I want to deal with, obviously, like life is a journey. It's
Yeah.
it's a season,
Yeah.
will. So I was like, no, man. I think my thing is like, let me just wait until I'm financially stable, until
Yeah.
I am quote unquote financially established.
Yeah.
Then decide then to bring on someone else.
Yes.
Now imagine I have to go back home. Imagine I'm still staying at home, back room. Now I'm marrying someone. You did say after Lobola, she's yours, bro.
Yeah.
So now Bloma a cottage endlini. Now it's my mom's house. Now she's gonna, what I mean? Like that type of unnecessary stuff. And I feel like what you've just said, it's extremely, extremely important.
No, it's important, man. It's important. That's why about indoda yinhle ngenkomo zayo. Yeah, man, get money, man. As a guy, my thing is, get money, make money, man. So that you're able to make such decisions as well. It's not to say, no, money is the reason for everything. That's why, no. Once you've got money, you're able to take care of someone. It's the reality of things, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she was living on, lasagna and... roasted chicken. I'm not saying like, it's joking, but, don't, whatever lifestyle that she had, maintain it or improve it. That's my thing. And if you can't, wait a bit, wait a bit a while, if she can't wait, then it's fine, dude. But make sure that you are financially stable.
So now in an instance where I've seen this quite a lot. The girl she's okay, like everything. The only thing she needs is a man.
Yeah.
And she goes to ikhasi Soweto to just pick up someone and dust off. Like,
I'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Let me cater to you.
But I guess it's different strokes for different
It is,
folks,
man. It is. Because the thing is, even, there's to say, like, we're just here to give out the information. Like, for example, you get married, you financially stable, you fine. You know what I'm saying? She's also fine on her side as well. You guys get married, you're sharing responsibilities. This one pays for the cars, this one pays for the house, whatever. You lose your job as the guy. Then what happens? Or you find a job, but your job is not paying as how it was prior. Now the dynamics change. There's certain people will flee, say, no, I can't stand this. So certain people like, hey, dude, let's hustle together. We can make this thing work. So at the end of the day, it's a partnership. Marriage is literally a partnership. There's not so nice days. There's happy days as well, But most of the time, it's happy days. We're not here to scare people to say, don't get married. People must get married. Marriage is nice. We are fatter now.
The only marriage advice I've ever gotten from like the oldest people closest to me are like, Junior, you will apologize even when you are right.
It happens.
That's the only advice I know as far as marriage goes.
It happens, my man. Okay, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? I don't know, but I'm sorry. Then it's a war again. But you don't know why okay. Now you must think, okay, no, I'm sorry for this. Like, then your sorry is not so sincere. Like, you're just saying the sorry for sorry's sake.
But we love them.
But it's beautiful, man. I won't lie.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. We truly appreciate it. We hope we didn't throw you off, but it still has to do with finances. You know what I mean?
Financial advice.
It's still financial advice. So thank you so much. I hope you are having a great festive season. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. If you need to be home, just be home. If you're planning to go to visit or whatever, just be safe on the roads and take care of yourself. Don't forget. Please subscribe to this channel. We truly appreciate it. We're also on Instagram, uncensored_the truth about money, as well as TikTok, uncensored_financial edu. With that being said, we cannot wait to see you. Are we dropping another episode before Jan, or are we back in Jan?
Let's keep them posted.
Thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. Happy festive season. Cheers.